The Avengers radio series, a cultural phenomenon in South Africa back in the 1970s. South Africa was a country with no national television service. It wasn't until 1976 that the country would get its first taste of television broadcasts. But before that, radio was the primary medium of entertainment and information for the masses. This was the context when The Avengers, a British spy FI series, made its debut on South African radio and became a cultural phenomenon. The Avengers was a British television series that originally aired from 1961 to 1969. The show revolved around the adventures of John Steed, a suave and sophisticated secret agent, and his various female associates. The series was a unique blend of traditional spy thriller elements with science fiction and fantasy, which set it apart from other shows of its time. While the series was hugely popular in the UK and had also made a significant impact in the American markets, being one of the rare British series given a network transmission slot, it was virtually unknown in South Africa. This was primarily due to the lack of a national television service in the country until 1976. However, as a film series, The Avengers was able to gain some exposure in South Africa through film rentals. But it was the launch of the radio series that truly brought The Avengers to the masses in South Africa. Come and listen at www.myclassicradio.net.
And now, Bob Elliott and Ray Goulding present the CBS Radio Network. Okay, it's enough music. Please, Pierre. We have such a full schedule here that the less music, I guess, the better, Bob.
That's all I've heard since I got here tonight. We have such a full schedule. What are we doing that's so different today?
Well, for one thing, Bob, we're taking our scripts, we're tearing them right on the air, throwing them to the floor so that the show will be completely ad-lib. That's the first thing we're going to do.
Going to make it up, right?
Right. Now, the second thing, I'm going to go out and get a drink. I'll be right back.
Okay, right. While Ray is gone, I'll just tell you that we have a very full studio audience, a group of nice-looking people. We have our usual cast here with us, of course. Ray has come back, refreshed. And will you? I think I'll have a glass of water myself. I'll be right back.
Oh, you going to have water?
Yeah, didn't you? Oh, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Well, anyway, as Bob was probably trying to explain, but probably didn't, we have a full show. Wally Ballou is standing by at a...
Yahoo!
Yes, sir. At a ball bearing plant in Fechtenberg, County Galway, Ireland, where he's going to talk to the people who run this particular ball bearing plant. So now if our transatlantic line is open, I wonder, would you come in, please, Wally Ballou? And what time is it there, Wally?
The County Galway, Ireland. This is radio's Wally Ballou, winner of 17 Fiction Awards in our first overseas interview program. Ray, you asked me what time of day it is. The time here is 5 hours different than yours, 5 hours ahead. So that actually now, as you're on the air in the early evening hours, it's somewhat after midnight. We're going on the early hours of the morning here. However, you'd never know it to stand in this ball bearing factory of the County Galway, Ireland, because here it's a scene of bustling activity. I'd like to speak with
Neil Plunkett.
Neil Plunkett, who is the owner and general manager of the ball bearing precision ball bearing plant.
That's right, Mr. Ballou, and welcome here to my factory.
How come, Mr. Plunkett, that you put your factory up here in Umna County, Galway, Ireland, when actually you're a native of Sioux City, Iowa, I'm told?
Well, that's right. I was an extra in the Quiet Man movie.
Uh-huh.
And,
stayed over here with your GI Bill of Rights,
That's
buddy?
right, and I poured it into a ball bearing plant and
see.
going to more or less settle down here for a while until I go back to Sioux City many years hence.
Well, you certainly have been successful, and I'm told you ship these ball bearings all over the world. And could you tell us a
Well,
little
now
bit?
that's the baloney. We don't ship them all over the world. We have a very limited market for these ball bearings, Mr. Ballou. I don't want to get on the air here. Are you on the air now?
Yes, we're transcribing.
I never know whether it's on the air or going on one of those tape things that I've been
being,
reading about.
it's being taped, and it will be broadcast subsequently, I think, around the 2nd of June.
Oh. 2nd of June.
Now it's the 4th of December as we're making this interview.
Cold here. It surely is amazing.
Right. Snow is falling outside.
I've forgotten your question entirely.
Why are they so unusual?
I'm going to go outside and get a drink.
Sure.
I'll be right back.
I'll cover for you while you're gone. I'd like to say that the factory itself is a building some 85 feet by 13 feet. A long, tunnel-like building with workmen at the... Oh, here comes Mr.
I remember the question. You wanted to ask about the ball bearings, right?
Why they're so unusual, and why you don't ship them all over the world when actually you have distribution facilities in every country imaginable.
Now, that's a lot of baloney. We don't have distribution
Well, somebody's given me the wrong poop sheet, then, because I studied this all last night.
Somebody did give you the wrong poop sheet because...
Wait a minute, I'm going outside.
All right. While he's gone, I'd like to address a few remarks to the people listening to this tape next June sometime. What we do here is we file these ball bearings by hand.
All right, Mr. Puckett. Let's get down to business.
Don't get touchy with me, buddy, because I don't want you coming in here with all your wires and nonsense to start with.
Did I hear you say something about filing these ball bearings all by hand?
That's right. And as a result... we've had a difficult market. That is, trying to sell them because, human frailties. You know?
No. What's that got to do with it?
Human, come over here.
What do you want?
There's one of the assistant workers here, evidently, Mr. Frailties. It's a very pleasure
I'm a little
to...
more than that.
What's that?
I say I'm a little more than that. I put quite a considerable sum of money here.
I see. In other words, you're the backer for this operation, is that right? Your money is personally behind it?
Well, I put more than he did. Of course, he had the GI Bill, which I didn't have.
That's what I understood from my poop sheet. But I see that my engineer is
I've never
signaling...
heard anybody talk like that before.
My engineer is signaling me now that he wants to go outside.
Come on, Newman.
He'll have to wind up the interview from the County Galway, Ireland, the Precision Ball Bearing Company, Mr. Plunkett, our guest. And I hope that this tape gets on the air the 2nd of...
Don't worry, Wally, it never will. Not if I have anything to say about it.
Now, another dramatization that shattered time and space. Oh, are we still... Call from the promotional pearls, bygone Bob and Ray shows. It began like this.
Now, Celebrity Spotlight. Tonight's guest, Mr. Lester Pomfret.
Good evening.
Good evening to you, sir. Mr. Pomfret, we understand your company is the world's leading manufacturer of pith helmets.
That's quite correct. And as a matter of fact, it gives us a great deal of pride at Pomfret's that we are, by appointment, official hatter to globe-trotting Lowell Thomas.
How many helmets would you estimate Mr. Thomas goes through in a year, sir?
Oh, that's confidential information, Mr. Goulding. We protect one of ours.
I understand. He's one of ours, too, on CBS radio each weeknight.
I know. He's mandatory listening for all employees at Pomfret's Fifth Helmet Works.
Good evening, everybody.
We feel that he not only gives us a sharp-eyed view of the day's events, but he throws a lot of business. I'm going outside.
So long until tomorrow, buddy. And now, chocolate cookies with white stuff in between them brings you another episode of Lawrence Fechtenberg, Interstellar Officer Candidate.
In our last episode, Lawrence Mugg and the Dean of the Interstellar Space Academy had captured the mysterious Akbar and his laugh-provoking machine, with which he hoped to conquer the world. Akbar now safely behind bars at the Interstellar Space Academy. We see Lawrence Mugg as the Dean as they discuss what to do next.
Dean, I wonder if I would be out of order, sir, in inquiring into my grades, sir. I've had a few queries from home. They seem to think that I've been spending too much time in scientific research and not in doing my studies.
Yes, well, I'll have to admit, Fechtenberger, that you have been absent from a great many classes lately. However, I know with your mentality you'll be able to catch up as soon as you put your mind to it, now that you've finished tracking down Akbar.
Golly gee whiz, Commander, sir. If I did lose classwork, it was because you sent me to Moon, or Venus, I think it was.
Yes, wait a minute. I believe the telephone is ringing.
Gee whiz.
Hello, this is the Dean speaking. Yeah, what's that? But how could he?
Oh,
But I...
well, golly gee whiz.
What have you done?
Just a minute, Fechtenberg.
I don't know.
What?
What'll I say to my parents? They've been writing, and they...
But it's...
Sir, let me put it this way. If I was to...
Wait, Fechtenberg.
If I was to flunk...
Something terrible has
If I
happened.
had to go home and explain to my parents that I had flunked...
Well, I know he's been...
I don't know how... It would kill my... My mother, you don't know. She's very emotional. Cry? Oh,
What's he said?
yes.
Quiet, Mellish.
Sorry, sir.
All right. We'll be right over. Fechtenberger, this is bad news, I'm afraid. Akbar has somehow escaped, taking with him the laugh-provoking machine.
Sir, let's go. Come on, Mellish.
Right.
Where's the door?
Right over here. No wonder you've been getting two of them.
Did they say which way he went?
Well, they know where he was being held prisoner. He escaped from there.
He wouldn't be there then, sir, would he?
No, he's not there.
Unless he's trying to mousetrap us some way.
Maybe he's hiding up someplace we wouldn't expect, like your office did.
Or he might have just left his cell and be staying there at the Bastille.
What's that, Fechtenberger?
Sorry, sir. I didn't mean to say that. Sorry.
I don't understand what you mean. No. Hey, what is that? Oh, it's the machine, Fechtenberger.
Turn it off, Akbar!
Turn it off! It's a laugh-provoking machine.
All right, Akbar. We know where you are now. Hand me that PA system.
Here you are.
Akbar? Akbar?
Yes?
Can you hear me in there?
I can hear you perfectly, Fechtenberger.
My PA system isn't working, sir. There. I'll just use my...
Well, just scream at him.
Let me just cup my hands, sir. Akbar?
Yes, Fechtenberger?
It's Fechtenberger, wise guy.
That's what I said, Fechtenberger.
Come down now, sir. You're covered. Come out with your hands up.
But you seem to forget one thing, Lawrence Fechtenberger.
It's Fechtenberger, wise guy.
You forget that I have the laugh-provoking machine. The one with which I can conquer the world.
And so Lawrence, Bug, and the Dean seem once more to be held in the power of Akbar with his laugh machine. Will he indeed be able to control the world? Be sure and join us next time when we'll hear Lawrence say,
Those are my orders, Commandant. I'm to place you under house arrest.
in the next episode of Lawrence Fechtenberger, Interstellar Officer Candidate.
Pepsi-Cola refreshes without filling. Why? Because it's truly light.
Charlie, you're forgetting something.
Wait, Kay, there's more. Yes, ice-cold Pepsi is the delicious refreshment that goes great at a picnic or a party.
But, Charlie...
And Pepsi goes fast. People like it, so keep plenty handy. There.
Oh, you did fine. Except for one thing.
Well, I mentioned lightness and how Pepsi refreshes and how fast it goes.
You left out Pepsi sociability. You know the Be Sociable song.
But, Kay, I can't sing.
I can. Listen. Be sociable. Look smart. Keep up to date with Pepsi. Drink light, refreshing Pepsi. Stay young and fair and get an air. Be sociable. Have a Pepsi.
Well, at least I can say this. Pick up an extra carton of Pepsi today.
Please do.
Oh, she's not kidding. She can sing.
Yes, you can, and it's a pleasure to hear her, too.
Lovely, Kay, lovely.
Well, we have just about a minute left of today's allotted time. And we ought to thank the National Father's Day Committee that voted us the Radio Fathers of the Year last week.
Yes, that was very nice, and we wish to thank them. And
There's a nice medal.
we did, yes, and I'm going to wear mine with pride, of course. But I don't know, it has, who's the picture on there? Father
George
of our
Washington.
country, isn't
Sure.
it? George Washington. Here, I'll hold it up. Want to come in here and dolly in?
Dolly in a little bit closer.
Close up of it.
No, the other camera, Ray. The one with the light on.
That's right. That one. And that's the medal you received. Thank you.
Thanks, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, is there any other unfinished business that we need to mention here?
Tomorrow we will have your old friend.
Father's Day. Anyway.
Father's Day is June
16th and 19th.
19th.
Is it 19th? It's Sunday, I know that.
Yes.
You know, my stockings are slipping, Bob.
Is that so?
Well, I'm not wearing it.
Uh-huh.
I thought I'd say that before you did.
Yes, that comes in on the first week in June.
Every year, yes, and I thought I'd beat you to it.
And we come in usually every night about this time in just 10 seconds.
Well, until tomorrow then, this is Ray Goulding reminding you to write if you get work.
Bob Elliott reminding you to hang by your thumb.
Sarah Vaughan, Dizzy Gillespie 2 as World Jazz Series opens June 4th over the CBS Radio Network.
You're on 74 KCBS, AM FM San Francisco. KCBS reminds you that tickets.